We go.
Yeah. No Jack this week, he's feeling a bit ill.
got
the rest of us have done sprint planning, going on what we're doing this week. For me, it's mostly 2 DLC work, so the Machines DLC for Colin Pixels, that's coming out this week. So that needs QA testing and just putting together to put in the build. So that'll be the main task this week. But other than that, be a lot of Wooloop work as well, so making more Wooloop levels in preparation for the end of the month as well.
Yeah, cool. Me and Laura will be working hard on a Skystead build, so we want to get a build done for next week, just to show off to publishers, make sure that like we are actually making progress. So I'll be trying to get a day-night cycle working again. It was a bit naff the last time we got that working, and control support hopefully, and then I'll be getting all of Laura's stuff into the game as well. So it should be cool to see lots of buildable things and growable things. We've got loads of stuff now, so it should be good. Okay, so continuing on with Skystead Ranch, a few things I've been working on today. One of them is the load times between this main menu scene and the actual main game. So usually this would hang the executable, and it doesn't quite anymore. You see it's a little bit glitchy during that load time, but basically what I've done is I've spread out a lot of the initialization across multiple frames, so there is breaks in between different parts that are loading in. Mainly the problem is this floor. So the way that the floor works at the moment, it's populating the texture, well, it's generating the texture dynamically, then pushing that to a graphics card, and that takes a huge amount of time. And also there's a lot of initialization going on with all these like individual plant segments and stuff. I think I've got a solution for it later on, but for now, just a little bit of an improvement's better than nothing, right? And yeah, I've also been working on the day-night cycle. So the day-night cycle wasn't looking very good in previous versions of the game. There's still more work we can do, but now if I press F8, you can see it is looking a bit more moody, a bit nicer. I think a couple of things that we can do is maybe add some like fireflies and stuff that spawn in, just because these bees that we've got for the beehive actually look quite nice, don't they? So a couple of fireflies might be nice. That torch isn't working, but you see we've got like little small lit areas around the lanterns and around the billboard, and then up here this fireplace is working, and that looks quite nice and homely, doesn't it? So fingers crossed. This just needs a lot more improvement. It needs a bit more work, particularly around the transition. We kind of want it to go into like a sunset just before, but right now it's very like binary, I guess, just one or the other. We want sort of a bit more of a transition, but yeah, progress.
Okay, so now that the Machine DLC is wrapped up for Cutting Pixels, I've jumped back onto the Skylets for Skystead Ranch. I've essentially been rigging all day with a little bit of animation. As you can see here, the rig for the puffle is completely finished, and I've been utilising it as much as I can to make some nice smooth animations. I've also rigged up the Sizzle, Tor and Big B as well, but they're not animated yet. But as you can see, the rig is working in motion here, so here's the happy animation for the puffle. There we go. Overall, quite happy with it. Going to make a few more little tweaks here and there, and I've got other animations in the works as well. You can see here like the idle, run, stand and walk, but they come along quite quickly. This rig has made it quite easy on me, so yeah, I'm going to carry on with this one, and I'm going to jump over to the other characters as well.
Okay, yeah, so a bit of a tangent today. So I made this script that takes a screenshot of all of the buildable objects in the game. It's just something to sort of speed up the process of us importing new objects. So I've got this new screen, just calling it screenshot, and it's just got a couple of scripts in it. It's quite simple. All it does is it loads all of the assets that you can build in the game, creates one of the assets, takes a picture, saves it, and then just moves on to the next one. But it's kind of cool, so when you press run, it does skip a few frames just so that things can properly render and stuff like that. Yeah, there you go. So you see it cycling through. It's trying to frame the picture as well as it can. It does struggle with a couple. You can't really see, but the streetlight is a bit out of center, and so is the beehive. It's probably just because the particle effects are linked to them. But yeah, it is quite good. Obviously we can dress the scene up a bit better, add like grass and some things for the backdrop and things like that. But it should save a lot of time in the future, especially when we're going to have so many items in the game.
So I spent the first part of the day editing the vlog, but other than that, this week has been spent so far just QA testing the Machines DLC. Jack has finished the last image, just haven't imported it yet. But other than that, I've just got those 3 images to QA test. Everything else has been tested so far. And so far so good. There's only been a couple of very small changes here and there, nothing drastic to change. So yeah, it's getting better and better as we go on, and this will be done tomorrow in time to upload the achievements.
So it's been another busy day for animating, and today I'm working on Big B, one of the newer characters that we've been designing, and overall it's coming along really nicely. I won't show off all the animations because there's quite a few, but definitely the two that stand out for me is this special animation where I thought I'd do a bit of a silly one this time, and he kind of does a little backflip or a little barrel roll. It's quite cute, quite happy with this one. It's quite hard to get things to spin on a rig, so I was quite happy that it came out looking semi-normal. And the other one is the run animation, which I was quite proud of, which is essentially just a really sped up walk, but I've made a few tweaks to make it look like he's concentrating really hard to go fast, so quite happy with these two. And like I said, they're all done now, but these ones are definitely the hardest of the day because I think they came out pretty much how I wanted them. So as for now, I'm going to jump back over at the Puffle, as there is a few tweaks I need to make to him before sending him off to Rob. So I'll quickly look that one up as well.
So yesterday and this morning I went through QA testing all of the Machines DLC. As you can see here, all levels have been tested and they've all been re-imported into the game in the correct size order as well. So that's the build ready to go. I've also uploaded all the achievements, which you can see there, they've all worked really well, so that's pretty good. And finally, last thing I did was replay this level over here in a specific order, just so I can get a GIF ready for the announcement posts, which I will be scheduling for Friday.
Okay, so it's been a really fun day today. Essentially been working on the other two scouts, the bit of the easier ones, which is the Sizzle and Tor. Tor has definitely been the most fun today. Essentially doesn't require much effort to animate Tor, he's essentially just a rock. So we've been thinking of some creative ways we can make him a bit more interesting, and so far we've come up with some cool animations. I'll only show a few of them, but this is the run animation, which I thought was quite funny. Where he kind of bumps along and his moustache wobbles around. It was quite cute. Also, it's quite menacing as well a little bit. And the other one I did is the sleep animation. Or the sleep start, but there it is. But yeah, Rob really wanted him to fall on his back when he goes to sleep, so he kind of just plonks down and goes to sleep. I'll quickly show the wake up animation as well. I may as well, I've got it here. Sleep end's quite funny because when he gets up, he kind of wobbles around. I think that's about 50, so we'll put it there. So yeah, that's Tor. Tor's coming along pretty well. I think I've just finished the last animation, so I'm going to get him exported and test it in Unity and make sure it works. But yeah, overall, it didn't require too much work, but definitely one of my favourite characters so far.
Yeah, so not much of an update for me recently. There's been some things with Source Tree that I've been fixing, but today I've mainly just been working on the all of the assets that Laura's made. So we're essentially going from, I think we have 13 buildable objects in the game for the demo, and we've got assets for 45 now. So it's just a pretty huge job to actually import them all, set them up, make sure all of the buildable objects and stuff like that are all configured properly, all the names, everything's linked correctly. It's a pretty big job. But yeah, it's pretty good to actually get a head start on it, because it'd be really cool to do a build next week. We just have loads of stuff in the game. That'd be really cool. I haven't even made a start on the items or the vegetation, which I know has got even more stuff to set up. But yeah, it's looking really good. Got some cool prefabs actually in game now. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just been another day of Wooloop level creation. This one here I'm making a narwhal. You sort of see the eye and the spike. We'll see how this turns out towards the end of the level. But yeah, other than that, I've got a couple of other levels finished here. So we have the bubbles level there, just a good use of the circle tool, I think it's Rob's suggestion over here, and then this pufferfish or blowfish level, which is quite cute. Hopefully plays quite well as well. So yeah, quite a lot of using the circle tool today, other than again this narwhal level, which we'll see how this turns out. So yeah, we've been trying to make some Wooloop levels while working here today, doing some streaming and stuff, but we're getting distracted by this. And we'll wait for it to start doing it again. It's not going to do it for the next half an hour. That was really quiet, but essentially the holes that we're getting, all the water issues through, now we're getting wind coming through as well. So we've got constant howling, which is nice and fun.
I see Tor walking towards me, and it's the best thing in the universe. Yeah, so I've just been cracking on with importing all the stuff that we need. You can see that a lot of the game looks a bit barer now. It's just because I've re-imported things with new names and things like that, and it hasn't quite linked across. Yeah, we've got a couple of new Skylets in. This is Sizzle. For some reason, I think he's got Shelly's texture on him. Not quite sure why that is, but I'll fix that. We've got Tor over here. I think we want Tor to be a bit bigger. He's looking great though, isn't he? He's looking fantastic. And somewhere we've got the Puffle over in this corner where they all congregate. Yeah, they're really looking good. All the animations are set out as well. The extra animations are set up for them as well, so they can eat. They've got proper sleeping animations, and in theory they can run, which is kind of cool. I've also managed to get all the buildables in, so I was saying there was 45 buildables. There's just a lot. Some of the scalings and a lot of the configuration needs setting up, but like there's just so much to look at. Obviously this UI at the bottom is completely broken because we've got too much stuff for it. And yeah, we've got a couple of issues like this one. I just haven't linked the texture to that one, but it's looking really, really good. A couple of fountains that Laura's done, lots of plant pots, a big jug plant pot. We've got a little snail one, which we think Shelly will like. Yeah. Scarecrow, that's not you. We've got bin to put all the mushrooms in. Stone beehive. We've just got loads and loads and loads of stuff. Obviously, if you're a patron, you'll be able to see all of this, but that's a stone bin. Yeah, we've just got loads and loads of stuff in the game. So I've just been cracking on with that, and then I've actually been working on the growable side of things today. So I've just been going through this list of stuff. So before, I think we had like 4 or 5 different growable things, and now we've just got a lot more. We've got some stuff for our top tier backers for the Kickstarter. We've got some mushrooms and things like that. We've got another tree, another Shrek reference, just loads and loads and loads of stuff to get importing. And yeah, it's just slow progress, but I'm getting there. The end result is going to be great.
Okay, one of the tasks today was getting the announcement ready for the DLC coming out tonight. This is releasing at 8 PM. So yeah, that's ready and it's scheduled to go out alongside the post, alongside the actual DLC update. So yeah, that's all ready. Other than that, it's been streaming. So I've been streaming the making of this level. So you may notice it if you've, or recognize it, sorry, if you've played Colour and Pixels. This is 2 of the levels from Colour and Pixels. I thought one individually was not enough for the level size. You see now I've managed to get up to a medium level, which is quite important that we get some larger ones. And yeah, it's turned out quite well. Good use of the thick ropes, or the rope thickness. So for example, on this lobster here, they start off quite thick and they get quite thin towards the back. You get a bit of a better understanding on the actual image here. So yeah, starts off thick, goes thinner towards the back. And that's just to give sort of an idea of depth, or a semblance of depth in the actual picture. So hopefully that works. Still needs QA testing. When it gets QA tested, I'm sure we'll find the results.
It's the end of the week.
But yeah, it's been a pretty good week. So we have the Machines DLC for Colour and Pixels coming out tonight for us. That'll be a week gone for you guys. Make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But as well as that, a week from now, in terms of this vlog, there'll be the Wooloop DLC coming out as well. So make sure you head over our store page and wishlist that ready for release as well.
And yeah, make sure to check out Skystead Ranch, wishlist it on Steam and Epic, maybe.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it is on Epic now, isn't it? Yeah, I said last week that it might be, but it is on Epic, so go and check that out. The link that Lee's putting on screen right now. Yep, and he's got an arrow showing you where to wishlist and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks to all people who tuned into the stream today. Jack Spam as always, and yeah, cool.